I'm Austin Allison. I'm the editor of Campaign Middle East, and it's great to see all of you getting here. Thanks a lot for taking time out from a very busy Q4 for our last campaign online briefing of the year. That is Adtech Playbook, a roadmap to superior performance. So without further ado, I'd like to hand over to our panel, and I'd like to welcome Kashmala Khan, who is the Regional Head of Advertising at Huawei Ads, Imad Saroof, who is the Head of Ad Technology at Shwari Group, Nala Karunanithy, who is the Chief Digital Officer at Majid Al Futtaim Retail, and the moderator of today's panel, Gulrez Alam, who is the Chief Investment and Strategy Officer at Arabi Ads. I'll hand over to you.
Before I begin and deep dive into the Adtech playbook, let me ask just a fun question to my panelists. Give me an example of one of the craziest trend or an advertising campaign that we see coming out of COVID. And let me begin this with the lady in the panel, Kashmala.
The ad campaign that I remember vividly the most is Emirates Airlines. So I remember at first, I was terrified, both for her and for me, seeing her on top of Burj Khalifa. And then I thought, wow, what a time to be alive. So that post feeling of being in peak COVID and then having that kind of ad was like an adrenaline rush for me, even though I wasn't on Burj Khalifa. So I would say that was the one that I remember the most.
Imad, you've represented the agency side, you've represented the publisher side, and you've spent a huge amount of time in the industry, especially in the Middle East. How have you seen the evolution of the ad tech industry?
Yeah, truly, it evolved in the old sense of the word itself. Be it from it was mainly a simple execution, a simple delivery, to a very complex type of modules brought together. Be it on the buying strategy or buying media itself, to the sell side platforms, where we are able to not only monetize inventory, but also measure it and keep it in a privacy checked, because of all the things related to GDPR, sorry about the acronyms, compliance, and making sure that we are accountable for everything related to privacy of the users, and again the data activation coming in from the brand itself. So it is turning more and more complex because too many, not too many, but several ad tech players are being added into the pot. So it's turning into a LumaScape at the moment, from measurement to agency, technology, to publisher and measurement, and all these are connected, and we are all trying to make it like a single currency type of exchange, where everyone is counting on using the same methodology. There will be some disparities here and there, but that's why IAB GCC are working closely together to align on all things related to that matter.
Nala, from an advertising perspective, increasing privacy regulation also creates one barrier about getting a single view of the customer, right? How are you dealing with those concerns that you're not able to get a single view of the customer?
So Gurez, is a good question. I mean, especially for us as a retailer, with the millions of transactions on a daily basis, we need to understand how to keep customers engaged. But allow me to take a step back. At Majid Al Futtaim Retail, we are advertisers. We're a strong advertiser. And I think as Kashmala mentioned, we are today at averaging about over 90% of fully programmatic advertising. So that allows our teams now to explore many other things, right? And it gives them the time to really think about, especially be ready for the cookieless world that's bound to come very soon. And that's one lens of it. There is a second lens at Majid Al Futtaim Retail as well, which is our own publishing technology, which is the Adtech that we do have, which serves our brands and suppliers on our own platform. Now, when we look at these problems, we look at it from both perspectives. One, to how to continue engaging our customers and acquiring new customers. At the same time, how can we serve our customers in terms of the brands and the suppliers to be able to continue to target with a high affinity brands association and to the customers. So I think it comes down to it. We look at our customers' engagements not only in the space of how they move around on the applications or web application, mobile application, but we also see and use the data that comes with the loyalty programs of our own, the loyalty programs of maybe the brands itself as well. So we use this information, and at the same time, we tend to use a lot of, like what Imad mentioned as well, in real-time algorithms that identify what assets and what advertising that we can best show the customers in terms of the publishing side. But in terms of the acquiring side, we actually have a very high and detailed machine learning programs that runs propensity modeling that really looks for customers that has most likely a high affinity towards our brands or the brands that we carry towards our platforms.
Kashmala, you're representing a platform, and obviously that has privacy concerns around it. So just want to ask you a simple question, that given the privacy concern, how does Huawei ensures that the contextual targeting works for the advertiser on the platform?
I think for us at Huawei, and just going back to the identifier conversations that you were talking to Nala about, we do have our own identifier, which is called OAID, an open advertising identifier. We also follow the certified vendor of transparency and consent framework. And so we're designed to conform with the, of course, GDPR and e-privacy directive. So when processing personal data or accessing, storing information on a user's device, such as be it through cookies, through the identifier that's opted in, device identifiers and other tracking technologies, it's all done within a consumer-centric environment when it's opted in, right? When it's opted in, it's personalized ads, and it's great because that data doesn't go out of our devices. Now, the contrary to that is what happens when advertisers don't opt in, or they choose to opt out, which you can do on our Huawei phones. Well, contextual advertising, it works by matching the content of a web page with the content of the ad. So essentially, this is something we're working on aggressively, is you're not just limited to keyword targeting, right? You're looking at the sentiments of a page or a sentiment of an app.
Thank you so much. I think all of you have been a fantastic panel today. It's great to have you, and I'm going to shift back to Austin.
Thank you very much, everybody. Again, I've been Austin Allison, the editor of Campaign. And thanks again to all of you. And until next year, stay safe and goodbye.
Thank you so much, Austin, and thank you, panel.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Bye.